Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name is Beth, and if you're new, welcome. This is a project I made in my last video. I used an old piece of vintage linen that had been embroidered, and I had another half of this little doily that did not have embroidery on it, and I am going to take that old piece of fabric today and add my own embroidery and another bag. So I'm going to show you what I do with this old piece of fabric. I gave myself 3 little pencil dots to guide me as I go to town with my embroidery floss, my embroidery hoop. I'll be making 3 little flowers using that Lazy Days stitch. Beginning from the back, I pulled through, I went in right where I came out, and I put my needle out about 1/2 inch away, and then I had to sort of secure the end, and I went back to the middle, and I'll do the same thing all the way around. I'm not sure how many petals I'll be adding here, maybe about 8 petals, but this is a very free form kind of flower, and I'll be making 3 little flowers on this vintage piece of linen. Now that I have my 3 flowers ready to go, I'll be putting some French knots in the center with some blue thread. I wrapped the thread around 2 or 3 times, and it's a little bit difficult when I'm standing up trying to be in the camera here, but I figured it out. Usually I work on the table, and that gives me you know, a little place to put my hands and secure everything. So there's my first French knot, and I'm going to add one to all 3 flowers. After adding those 3 centers to the flowers, I thought it would be fun to just put some French knots sort of scattered around the flowers, so that's what I'm going to do right here. Here I thought I'd show you my homemade embroidery floss cards that I just cut out of leftover cardboard. Here's one that was purchased, and that's smaller than the ones that I make. I just cut these out. They're not super pretty. I do it really quick just so I have a place to put the thread, and I also can use index cards. So I thought I'd share that with you. And now I'm going to add some green leaves. The old vintage piece has sort of a vine leaf. I'm just going to be adding leaves here and there using that same stitch that I used on the flowers. I'm all done stitching some pretty flowers and leaves on this old piece of vintage linen. Now I am ready to make another little zipper bag, just like I did in the last video. I'll leave a link below. And this was such a fun, easy little project, making something pretty with something that was left over. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.